We live? We're live. Okay, I have real quick, so there's no intro today. I wanted to see what this was about. Google Search on 2020. I know that this just came out of nowhere, but why is Google encroaching on TNT Joe-Fi at the same time? If they're going to be doing an event at the same time as TNT Joe-Fi, we might as well just do this live. We might as well check out what this is about. I have no idea. So I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing. I don't know if it's going to be interesting or boring. But grab your popcorn, grab a drink. We'll watch this live, see if it's even worth talking about. I believe it starts now. Here we go. All right, let me switch screens here. Oh, not that screen. There we go.
In the mid-90s, working
I have
as
no
an
audio.
academic computer scientist, I was struck by the explosion of information in the world. And in contrast, the immense difficulty of accessing that information. How do we take these rigid notions of computing and turn them into vibrant experiences that humans
All right, these
adore?
earbuds aren't working. Hey guys, what's going on, everyone?
That is
Hello,
so
hello.
energizing and so fascinating.
I know there was no quick heads up there. Aiden, what's going on? Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone.
Edgar,
Thanks for tuning in to our Search On event.
what's going on?
On behalf of everyone at Google,
What of the
we
boo-
hope you're staying safe
Bro
and well
Buffett?
and taking care of yourselves and each other.
Tito, what's going on?
In
What's
today's
up?
rapidly changing world,
Get a beer,
information is
Edgar.
absolutely critical to people's lives.
Wyatt,
This is why over 1 billion people every
Deepak,
day
hi.
choose to use Google
Jennifer,
Search.
hi. How's it going, guys?
Search has always been at the very core of our mission to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible. and useful.
I don't know if there's going to
Building
be
the
any
best
hardware.
possible search engine
I don't think
is
so.
an incredibly difficult problem, and one that I've personally worked on for most of my
Where's my
academic
iPhone?
and professional career. It's also a problem that my
One
Google
second, guys.
colleagues
I'll
have
be back.
worked on tirelessly for over 22 years. And yet, the engineering challenges we continue to face are significant. Every single day, 15% of search queries are ones we've never seen before. To solve these information needs, we're constantly exploring new technologies to understand what you're looking for.
Does anyone in chat
Much
know
has
what this is
changed
about?
Since we first launched our search engine, there are more ways than ever to search for information on Google.
What's up, Stefan? Manuel,
Whether you're asking your Google
G-Boy,
Assistant for the
what's
latest
going on, guys?
COVID-19 news,
Team Verai.
looking for small businesses to support on maps, or identifying a new bird
Oh,
that's
hey,
visiting
Team
your bird
Verai. We're going to
feed
talk about
using Google
a
Lens.
lot of this afterwards.
There are also more ways than ever to find information. News on Twitter, flights on Kayak and Expedia, restaurants on OpenTable,
I wish,
recommendations on
Manuel.
Instagram and Pinterest, items on Amazon, and many others. There's never been more choice and competition in the ways people access
Oh, yeah, the
information.
woo? All right.
So we're humbled and honored
We're going to talk about
that
some of this
people
after.
continue to use Google because they find us helpful.
Okay.
People trust us to give them the best information. And that trust is why we continue to innovate.
I'm already bored.
We're here
I'm
today
sorry.
to highlight some of the new technologies we've been applying to Google Search and to demonstrate why we believe that search will never be a solved problem. But before we do, I want to spend some time talking about what makes us unique, specifically 4 key elements that drive forward our innovation. These elements form the foundation for what allows us to answer trillions of queries every year. The first is our unwavering commitment to deeply understand all the world's information. 2 decades ago, we built the most comprehensive index of websites to rank search results. But of course, people don't just want access to web information. They want to know about the world around them. Why is the sky red today? How busy is my local grocery store right now? What does that sign say in a language I can't read? The next step was the knowledge graph.
What's going on,
which embeds
Adam?
relationships and facts about people,
I'm very
places,
jealous, Adam.
and things.
What do you think about it?
So, if you ask, how tall is Europe's tallest mountain, we give you the answer and can also show you other users' explorations, such as in which country is Europe's tallest mountain. Of course, much of the information in the world isn't contained on the web. So back in 2007, we started driving cars down streets in order to capture real-world imagery. At the time, people thought it was an impossible feat. Fast forward to today. Street view imagery enables people to learn more about the world. It also helps place businesses in the map.
What's going on, Joker
so
Tech?
people can find and support local stores. We've mapped 87 countries.
What are you drinking, the woo?
Including previously under-mapped places like Armenia, Lebanon, Tanzania, and Tonga. And we've enabled people everywhere to virtually explore not just their streets, but Everest Base Camp, the Great Barrier Reef, the Grand Canyon,
Adam,
and many other destinations.
top speaker. Tell me now.
Another way
Yes
we
or no?
make real-world information available to help people is with busyness indicators on Google Search and Maps. You can see popular times, as well as how busy a place is right now, which is incredibly helpful in the age of social distancing. Over the past few months, we've expanded this to include new outdoor categories, such as parks and beaches. And we're on track to add live busyness information to millions of new places, including restaurants and stores.
Exactly, Manuel.
By the end of
That's
the
what
year.
I want to know.
Today, we are announcing that soon in Google Maps, you'll be able to see how busy a place is directly on the map without having to search for a specific business. This can help you make more informed decisions about what places you visit and when, helping you and your
5 out
loved
of
ones
5.
stay safe,
Thank you, Adam.
healthy,
Thank you.
and informed. We're also adding COVID-19 safety information front and center. in
That's
business
right, Falling
profiles
Wickets. What's
across
going
Google
on?
Search and Maps. This will help you know if a business requires you to wear a mask, if you need to make an advance reservation, or if the staff is taking extra safety precautions like temperature
Team Verizon.
checks. One striking example where AI is helping us better understand information.
I need to buy a
is with
turtleneck like
video.
that.
Through our ongoing research, we've advanced our ability to understand the deep semantics of a video. When you search for the best cordless vacuums, the technology will
Thank you,
automatically
Adam.
highlight
We'll
points in
talk about
videos
it
that
after.
compare different products. So you don't need to painfully scan the entire video.
What up, Zane?
Crucially,
This is
all of this analysis happens behind the scenes
something about
before
Google
you
search,
even ask your query.
live, whatever this is.
And these examples highlight what sets our approach apart. So,
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that
having
out
done
too.
the heavy lifting
Pratyush.
behind
I have
the
no idea.
scenes,
I have no
our
idea.
second element is to deliver the best results on every query.
What up, Will?
Delivering high-quality results is what has always set Google apart from other search engines,
He might be
even in our
coming in. We'll
earliest
see.
days. And in a year when access to reliable information is more critical than ever, from COVID-19 to natural disasters to important moments of civic participation,
He needs a
around
more
the world,
epic chair.
a long-standing commitment to quality remains at the core of our mission. While dozens of ingredients go into this,
Yeah.
I want to highlight
average.
two: natural language understanding and the rigorous evaluation of search results. As we shared last year, we made a huge breakthrough in natural language understanding with a new model we call BERT. BERT models consider the full context of a word,
Jennifer,
by
this is
looking at the words that
replacing
come
Google
before
I/O. Is
and
that what this
after.
is?
particularly useful for understanding the intent behind search queries. At launch, BERT helped improve search on a massive scale, impacting 1 in 10 searches
It'll be
in
okay,
the US in
Zane.
English. Today, I'm thrilled to share that BERT is now used in
Have a good one,
almost
Team Verizon.
every English
If
search.
you come back, we'll
And we've
see you in a
expanded
bit.
to dozens of languages and seen particularly impressive gains in Spanish, Portuguese, Hindi, Arabic, German, and Amharic.
Pratyush.
Advances in natural language understanding are also helping people save time. Over the last 2 years, Duplex, a conversational technology, has helped people complete more
I wouldn't
than a
complain,
million
G-Boy.
tasks,
I mean,
like making reservations at a restaurant.
anything more than just
And since the beginning of the pandemic,
$6.99 to help.
Duplex has made calls to businesses in 8 countries
Javon,
to confirm things
What's
like
going on? What's
opening
going on?
hours or whether they offer takeout and delivery.
yeah, I'm pretty bored, Manuel.
This enabled us to make 3 million updates to business information that have been
Yes.
seen over
Guys,
20
I
billion
know.
times in maps and search.
Is this worth
So
watching
that's
right
natural
now?
language understanding. But delivering the highest quality results also necessitates a rigorous evaluation process. Every year, we do hundreds of thousands of tests and experiments to measure the quality of our results.
What up, Jason?
And ensure that any improvements really
Google
make our
becoming
results
Apple.
better.
I didn't think about
Last
that.
year alone,
It just
we
needs to be
made
black.
more than 3,600 updates to make Google more helpful. The third element is world-class security and privacy. As we design our products, we focus on keeping your information safe, treating it responsibly, and putting you in control. Protecting you starts with security. From the beginning, we've led the industry in keeping you safe while searching. We encrypt every search on Google, including both the queries and the results returned. And we're constantly fighting against bad actors, whether that's protecting you against malware or alerting you to phony sites that try to steal your personal information. Every single day, we detect more than 25 billion spammy pages. If each of those pages were a page in a book, that would mean almost 20 million copies of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. To keep you safe, we deploy technology like Google Safe Browsing, which shows warnings when you attempt to navigate to dangerous sites or download dangerous files.
Guys, I don't know if we're going to watch this whole thing.
Today,
I just,
more than 4
I
billion
don't know.
devices are protected by Google Safe Browsing. And we show 3 million safe browsing warnings per day.
No, Tito.
Now
No,
let's
no.
talk about privacy.
Not at all. Not at
We
all.
believe that privacy is personal, and it's our responsibility to provide users with easy-to-use controls so they can choose the settings
Will
that
there
are
be?
just right for them.
G-Boy?
I want to highlight 3. The first is the Google account, which has all of your easy-to-use privacy settings in one place.
Will.
This year alone, it's been visited more than 12 billion times. The second is Privacy Checkup, which lets you choose the settings that are just right for you. So far this year, 291 million people have taken a privacy check.
No, Jeffrey. I wish,
The
but
third
no.
is auto-delete controls, which give you the choice to have Google automatically and continuously delete your search data after
Ooh, you're
3 months
awful, man.
or 18 months. We believe products should keep your information for only as long as it's helpful and useful to you.
Jennifer, we should
We
probably
believe
talk.
that privacy is
I need
a
some help on
universal right.
websites.
And we're committed to giving every user the tools they need to be in control.
That's what
I also want to affirm
news outlets are for
the
afterwards.
searches are between
That's what The
you
Verge is
and
for.
Google. We have a responsibility to protect and respect your data.
What if you're the Roo? I don't
That's
know.
why we never sell your personal information, period. A fourth and final element is open access for everyone. The internet is nothing short of a technical and economic marvel. Over the past 2 decades, we're proud to have been a part of the creation of millions of businesses and entire industries. The traffic we send to the open web has increased every year since we first created
It's
search.
coming. We use it every day. It's
That's
called
more
Google.
readers of articles, downloaders of apps,
Google.
and customers of businesses
There you go.
every
Security.
year for the last 22 years. We also believe in open access, no matter what language you speak, which is why Google is available in over 150 languages across 190 domains. We're constantly adding more languages, including ongoing work to help you set your search language to ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. And we're continuing to invest in scripts, such as our recent improvements to Zogyi, a widespread font encoding used across Myanmar. Fundamental to open access is the belief that Google search should be free for everyone, accessible on any device, so you can find what you're looking for and form your own opinions.
What up,
Ranking
Paul?
factors and
How's it going,
policies
man?
are
Welcome,
applied
welcome.
fairly to all websites, and this has led to widespread access to a diversity of information, ideas, and viewpoints. I want to close by reiterating how seriously we take our mission. We are able to deliver a higher standard for Google search because of our ability to innovate in these 4 elements. Underlying all of the work I just spoke about,
It's not that
is
it
the need
isn't
for
free.
prodigious amounts of
It's
processing,
using us as a
far
marketing
beyond
tool.
traditional hardware. That is why we built cloud TPUs, accelerated chips developed specifically for neural network machine learning. Our latest cloud TPU
You didn't
pods
miss
are
much,
capable of
William.
over
What's going on,
100
William? How you doing, man?
petaflops.
Welcome, welcome.
To put this in perspective, the difference in speed between one such pod and the Cray one an iconic supercomputer built in 1975, is greater than the difference between the speed of light and the speed of a turtle. I honestly never imagined in my lifetime comparing a Cray to a turtle. From new technologies to new opportunities, we're really excited about the future of search and all of the ways it can help us make sense of the world.
Probably would.
As I said in the beginning, search will never be a solved problem.
Quote unquote.
So to show you new ways in which we're bringing the most advanced AI into search, here's Kathy.
All right, Kathy, bring some excitement. Let's do it.
Information has the power to unlock so many things for people in so many different situations. To actually deliver good, helpful, reliable information is really what drives me. When you type into Google, fruit that looks like an orange pufferfish, what happens in the next few milliseconds is the work of thousands of engineers writing hundreds of millions of lines of code over 22 years. Perfect search is a holy grail, and we will never stop on our quest. But recent breakthroughs in AI have helped us make some of the biggest improvements to search ever. To give you the name of the fruit kiwano when you need it, and much more. Now, we've all got those words
That's a good question.
Try as you might, you just can't remember how to spell.
That's a good question.
Mine is bureaucracy. Is the EAU bit before the R or after the R?
B-E-A-U-R.
Where did the C's go? I can never remember.
U-R-A-C-Y.
In fact, 1 in 10 search queries are misspelled.
I probably spelled it wrong.
But it doesn't matter, because our Did You Mean feature is there to help. We've been building this spelling technology for 18 years. How? By looking for mistakes.
Maybe, Manuel.
We look at
I don't know.
all the ways in which people misspell words
Javon, I'm not even putting that out.
all over the web, and use that to predict what you actually mean. It's working pretty well, but by the end of this month, it's going to work even better. Not just a little bit better, a lot better. It's going to improve more in this one day than it has for the last 5 years combined. This is because of a new spelling algorithm that uses a deep neural net with 680 million parameters that can better model the weird edge cases in our mistakes.
That sounds perfect, Jason.
When you need context to figure out that what looks like a correctly spelled word is
oh, damn,
a
2020 spell check.
Or when your typo is just really, really, really far off. And it runs in under 3 milliseconds, which is faster than one flap of a hummingbird's wings. So we can now correct even more obscure things than before.
What is this?
It's an amazing example.
Is this something to hold the turtleneck part?
Beyond spelling,
what is this, a necklace?
What is results this? For all types of searches.
Is this a square necklace?
Searches.
Why do I care?
Super specific searches. Specific searches are the harder ones. Sometimes it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. That one sentence that answers your question is buried deep in the page. It's pretty hard to return the right results in these situations because the information you're looking for isn't the main focus of the page. The relevance of that one section is sort of watered down by the lack of relevance
right here.
of all the other words.
The 5G antenna.
To understand what's happening,
smart harmonica.
You need to understand how search works. At the heart of search is an index, like the one at the back of a book.
Sort of.
And our index contains not just web pages, but images, places, books, products, streets, buildings, videos, and more.
I wouldn't be
We've
surprised.
recently made another breakthrough and are now able to not just index web pages, but individual passages from those pages. This helps us find that needle in a haystack because now the whole of that one passage is relevant. So, for example, let's say you search for something pretty niche, like, how can I determine if my house windows are UV glass? This is a pretty tricky query. We get lots of web pages that talk about UV glass and how you need a special film, but none of this really helps a layperson take action. Our new algorithm can zoom right into this one passage on a DIY forum that answers the question. Apparently, you can use the reflection of a flame to tell, and ignores the rest of the posts on the page that aren't quite as helpful.
I mean, that's good to know.
You're not going to do this query necessarily.
Is that available now,
but we
though?
all look for very specific things sometimes. And starting next month, this technology will improve 7% of search queries across all languages. And that's just the beginning.
7%, yo.
So AI has helped us with specific searches. But what about broader searches?
Correct.
Here's one. When gyms were closed, a lot of people, including me, set up mini gyms in their homes. I started by doing a search like home exercise equipment, and I got a lot of websites that list all the equipment you might need. This is helpful, but wait, what if I have a small space or a small budget, or I just want to go for the best of the best? How do I figure out what's right for me? We think about these different aspects as subtopics of your broad question. We've now started to use AI to learn about these subtopics, which lets us capture the particular nuance of what each page is really about. We can then use this information in ranking to show a wider range of results for broad queries.
So better
so
searching,
more helpful
right?
To
is that
all
what
the
we're getting
types of
here?
people
Is
who
that
wanna
what I'm
find
getting out of
something
this?
that's just right for their particular need. Sometimes the answer you need is in a web page, but other times it's in a video. Getting to the right information inside the video quickly can be a challenge, though. For example, I was looking for a quick fix for my leaking bathtub plug. It's one of those annoying ones with the push button.
Well,
I found a video to help me that seemed promising, but the crucial tip I was looking for came at the 7-minute and 14-second mark.
okay, this
Some
is actually
content creators
interesting right
mark
here.
these key moments in their videos, making it easier to jump straight to what's useful.
Like, how do you find an answer
But
in a video
doing this
through a
is
search
work
query?
for the creators. As you heard Prabhakar mention earlier, we've been experimenting with a new AI-driven approach to deeply understand videos,
This would
combining
be
advanced
this would be
computer
great.
vision and automatic speech recognition. This lets us tag these key moments and allows you to navigate them like chapters in a book. So, for example, if you're making smothered baked pork chops, you can jump right to the part of the video that shows how to thicken the sauce at the end. We just talked about how we're applying AI to make Google search even better.
So is that next month?
But AI can do even more. And we're particularly excited about the ways it can help journalism. Over the past couple of years, we've been working closely with journalists on a new tool to help with one of the most important parts of their work, uncovering information. For those of you watching who aren't journalists, just try and imagine how much time and effort it can take to sift through everything from court documents and email archives to stacks of images, and don't forget about those pesky handwritten notes in the margins. So we developed Pinpoint, an anchor product of Journalist Studio, a new suite of tools that harnesses the power of Google to help reporters. Pinpoint helps you rapidly go through hundreds of thousands of documents by automatically identifying and organizing the most frequently mentioned people, organizations, and locations. This lets journalists sift through their document trove much more quickly.
I agree.
Whether you're looking
Tito.
for all references to a source, or if a person and a place are ever mentioned together. AI surfaces new connections that we've heard from multiple newsrooms would be practically impossible to discover by hand. And reporters don't have to start from scratch. Pinpoint includes shared document collections from some of our key partners. Pinpoint will allow reporters to upload and analyze documents in 7 languages.
That seems interesting.
And
that seems really useful.
For free now. Here's a look at how journalists are using Pinpoint to uncover new patterns and find the facts
let's see what
that
this
matter.
Pinpoint's about, because I wasn't listening.
The biggest challenge for reporting, honestly, is time, right? It's really difficult to say no when somebody wants you to look into something that you believe is important, but you just don't have the time to do it.
Thank you, Fidaru.
My colleague Trisha Nadolny and I were asked to handle investigations relating to social services during the pandemic. Our focus really became largely about nursing homes during that time period. We requested records from all 50 states and I uploaded them into Pinpoint pretty much immediately. When you upload documents and that side
Yeah, I could see
populates with
that,
the list of
actually.
names that are included or places that are included, you can kind of very quickly get an idea of what is in there. We compiled that into a database that we then analyzed and provided to the public. For the first time, some families were able to look up their loved one's assisted living facility and see whether there had been a case, because in some states and in some counties, facilities were not communicating directly with families in a way where they felt like they understood what was going on. In terms of investigative journalism, our job is to expose wrongdoing, to shed light on something that's going wrong in the hopes that maybe it can go in a better direction.
Okay. I get what they're doing. I mean,
The magic of search for me is like, regardless of where you are, who you are, what you do, you have all that information at your fingertips. As Kathy just shared, we're applying advanced machine learning to help you find the answers you're looking for on Google, even for the most obscure questions. But with all of this firepower, Google can also help you really understand a topic, whether it is how does photosynthesis work,
What
or
SOC
how
does-
has the median age in the US changed over time, or what type of car is best for your growing family. And we can help you
it's a
understand
question of
regardless
2021.
of how you search, whether it's through a text query, your voice, or even with your smartphone camera.
So this is supposed to replace Google
Let me
I/O,
show you
right?
a couple of areas
I think-
where we can be particularly helpful. The first is learning.
It's going to
Students
go
around
to
the
the
world,
graveyard.
like my son, have been handling remote learning with resilience and grace all the time. Well, maybe most of the times. At Google, we're working
It's gonna
hard
go
on
to iOS
tools to
first.
help lighten their load. Like Google Lens, our visual search tool that lets you search what you see. So if you're learning a new language, you can already use Lens to translate over 100 languages with your camera.
It isn't the most interesting
But
for
now
me
you
right
can
now.
tap to hear words and sentences pronounced out loud.
Los hipopótamos pasan la mayoría del tiempo en el agua.
And if you're a parent like me,
A speaker
your
under
kids
the
may
display.
be asking you questions about things you never thought you'd need to remember, like quadratic equations. Remember them? From the search bar in the Google app, you can now use Lens to snap a photo of a homework problem and learn how to solve it on your own. To do this, Lens first turns an image of a homework question into a query. And based on the query, we show you step-by-step guides and videos to help you understand the
I'm
problem.
having a hard time watching this.
And then, using a new learning element of the knowledge graph, we show you the broader foundational concepts you need to solve this problem, but also others like it. This works across math, chemistry, biology, physics, and more. But sometimes, seeing is understanding. For example, it can be more powerful to see the inner workings of a plant cell than to read about it. We think AR can make hands-on learning a
Ooh, it's
little
AR.
easier,
Okay.
letting you explore concepts up close in your space. Here's how one teacher from Texas is incorporating AR into her lesson plans.
I heard about a teacher. The teacher was very animated, a lot of, fun anecdotes and stories. And the teacher was so involved in what they were saying that
J-video.
they simply didn't recognize that they had been on mute the entire time. It's very hard engaging students in this new environment. Turn to page 56. Okay, there's page 56. With AR, we are able to bring it into real life and manipulate it. Hey, what's inside of there? Oh, wow, I never realized metallic bonding looked like that. That's where we really see kids catch on fire and start to learn things that are exciting to them. It opens up possibilities that they never thought of.
What phone are they?
before.
Oh, that's a Pixel.
We're talking about an experience that's going to stick with kids forever. Oh
a
my
Pixel
goodness.
4.
There are so many ways. It's super exciting. I think it's an enormous game changer.
So are they going to give everyone Pixel phones at schools?
Whether or not we're in school, we're all learners, and we all have questions about the world. And sometimes answering these questions requires data. Data that's spread across multiple sources, that's in messy formats, and just not easy to get to. That's why, since 2018, we've been
William,
working
yeah,
with the
there you go.
Census, World Bank,
Spell
and
check,
many other
2020.
organizations on this open database called Data Commons.
Well,
And this data
they
is
had to use a
already
Pixel
being
4
used
instead.
by students and researchers across many universities. Now, we're going further. We're making Data Commons available directly in Google Search as a new layer of the knowledge graph. So if you want to learn about a topic like employment in Chicago, you can simply ask Google. Let's take income levels. We can break it down by individual versus household incomes. We can also show it in the context of the trends overall in the US. Or you want to know what jobs are trending. Jobs, turns out, are defined across more than 2,500 categories. So we've had to aggregate them at the right level so that you and I can easily understand. In both these examples, we use natural language processing to understand your intent, then map it to relevant sources in Data Commons, and then present the results in a visual format.
Oh, I would love that.
Another area where you need to make sense of a lot of information to make decisions is shopping. This new normal that we are all living has dramatically accelerated the shift to e-commerce. That's why we're making improvements to shopping.
No such thing as a free lunch either.
And consumers. For merchants, we recently made it free to list
I hear that,
and
Jeffrey.
sell on Google.
I hear that.
So it's easier for them to reach the millions of shoppers who come to
Ted?
Google every day.
All right. What's this about shopping?
For consumers, we're making it easier to discover and learn about new products, even when they're difficult to describe in words. Say you're shopping for your work from home clothes. You're browsing online and you come across a picture of this sweater. What would you search for?
Oh,
mustard,
shit.
yellow,
This has happened to me
ruffle
before.
sleeves, cotton, crew neck sweater. Starting next month, you can just long press on any image you come across as you browse on the Google app or Chrome. Not only will Lens help you find the exact or similar items,
that's dope.
it'll also suggest ways to style it.
That's whatever other word is
To pull
used.
this
That's
off,
lit.
we take the world's largest database of products
That is pretty cool.
and combine it with our style engine technology, which understands different looks and concepts like ruffles or vintage denim, and also figures out how to match with other apparel based on millions of style images.
Ooh, I wonder if it could detect shoes
So that's how
too.
you can shop what you see in Lens.
I wonder how good it's going to work.
But what
though.
about being able to see what you shop, especially when you cannot go into stores to check out a product up close? With AR, we're bringing the showroom to you.
Yeah, so
If you're in the market for a new car,
I agree, Dilla.
you can
It doesn't
just search for it on
it doesn't
Google,
work for me either.
and you can see a
It doesn't work for me
photorealistic
either.
model right there in front of you. We've now built cloud streaming technology so that if you're connected to a high-speed network,
Good
you
luck.
can check out
Good
what
luck.
your dream car looks like in blue, in black, or metallic red. And you can zoom in to see intricate details like the steering wheel or the material of the seats. You can also see the cars against beautiful backdrops or bring it right into your driveway. We're working with top auto brands to bring these experiences to you in the coming months.
That's a good point, Malcontent.
Another area where
Right.
AR can be helpful is in understanding the world around you. That's why last year we
What up, Ed?
introduced Live
What's
View
going on, man?
on Google Maps, which uses AR to show you which way to walk using arrows and
The
directions
thing is, I
overlaid right in
use
front
Lens
of
and
you.
it doesn't work as well as
In the coming months,
I'd like it
we'll
to.
pair the same technology with helpful information about a place right from within Live View. For example, you can quickly see information about a restaurant. Is it open? How busy it tends to get, its star rating, and more by simply pointing the camera. Whether you type, use your voice, or point your camera, you can use Google in different ways.
You know what's
And
better
there's one more way
than
that some
using
of
your
our
phone?
engineers have been working on.
Dude,
Take a look.
they gotta bring back glasses back. Google Glass back. That's what they gotta do.
Ah, come on.
What's that song?
Don't they do this already? There's no way it's gonna work that good. I just got demonetized. Hum to
That's
search.
right. Now you can hum to search. Believe it or not, people ask Google what song is playing almost 100 million times a month. And behind the scenes, it's no surprise to you, we use machine learning to match your hum or whistle to the song. We hope you have fun with it. So today, you've heard from
I don't
Prabhakar
even know
and
where to go with
Kathy
that.
about how we're using the most advanced machine learning to constantly innovate on Google search, as well as examples
that
of how we're
ad for
committed
sure.
to deeply understanding all of the world's information. And we're excited to bring you on our journey.
I don't know how good
to
it's actually
provide
gonna work.
high-quality information to all the world. Information that's open, useful, and easily accessible to everyone. That's built with world-class privacy and security to keep you safe. That provides rich understanding no matter how you search. And even in these difficult times, brings a little joy. Thank you. Be safe.
So wait, when are we getting that? When is this
How
coming?
do I? What with the hypotenuse?
Do we have 3 hours? No, I'm kidding.
You know, I never did spelling bees when I was a kid.
ParaphER.
MALIA.
How does photosynthesis work?
A plant needs to get energy from the sun.
And I was never very good at the life sciences.
Beats me.
I have no idea, and I apologize.
Jason. Yeah, next month for some things, but I don't know when all of this is going to become like a thing. Okay. So it wasn't the most exciting, but there was some useful stuff out of there. I did like the fact that you can search. So people who use Google Lens, I have never been able to really get that kind of like accuracy. I've looked for clothes before. Like I'd see something, I'm like, where can I find that shirt? Or where, and like I would search for it and it just looks for shirts or whatever. It doesn't find exactly what I'm looking for. If that's going to be coming next month, I'll look forward to it. The one thing that I've been waiting for is to be able to kind of like use Google. I mean, we can do image searches, right? But it doesn't work that well. So maybe this is AI doing its thing, like increased searching for that. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I just don't know how good it's going to work, when it's going to work. Give me a second here, guys, because I'm actually taking some time to pull up a couple links that we're going to, because I want to watch. So today we are going to talk about the Pixel 5 because I still haven't like watched enough to really see what's happening with the Pixel 5 or the 4a 5G or like what we're getting with the camera. So today I want to kind of like deep dive into the camera, watch all these other YouTubers who made all these other videos, and hopefully something worth watching. I want to share this one thing real quick though. And actually, let me turn this stupid banner off because I'm sure it's annoying. So I'm going to share this real quick. And then I'm going to get back into chat, say hi to everybody. But I wanted to share this here because Team Verizon sent me this. I don't know if Team Verizon is still in here, but this is from the Google event. This is from Apple's iPhone 12 event. And remember I said how the entire time, all they ever said was, da-da, da-da.
Hello, and welcome back to Apple Park. I am so glad you could join us today. 5G, 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 5G,
5G,
5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G,
5G,
5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G.
5G, 5G, 5G,
My
5G.
God.
5G, 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 5G,
5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G, 5G,
5G,
5G,
5G, 5G, 5G, 5G.
5G. Thank you for joining us. Stay safe and have a great day.
That's what this
Hello.
event really was. That's what it was. It was a bunch of 5G bullshit. I just Team Verizon sent that, and I thought that was great. I thought it was great. It was a great way to sum up Apple's event. 5G, 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 5G. All right, let me go ahead. Hopefully I did say hi to mostly everyone that's in here. I know I haven't been able to go through everything. I'm just seeing if I missed anyone. Super Sap did a good camera comparison video. So I've heard, and I have that to watch. What else do I have here? Because Super Saf did the Pixel 5 versus the S20 fan edition, right? Tito's saying, I saw an issue with the Pixel 5 having flutter distortion during video. Do you have a clip of that? Ed says, Baron of Gray Matter says, I just tried it in Chrome on my Pixel 3. It worked, saying it was new with lens. And I searched for, all right, I'm going to give that a shot later. Thank you, Ed, for sharing that. Thank you. Will says, so it has 5G. Yeah, 5G. 5G. My life is complete. Yeah, that was a great. It was something I wanted to do. I wanted to go through that event and clip it, but I wasn't going to spend the time. So if you guys have other recommendations on what other videos to watch for the Pixel 5, let me know, because I haven't watched anything except what I saw yesterday. I have a hard time watching other tech YouTubers. It's nothing against them. I like doing it myself. I like being unbiased, but I don't have a Pixel 5, so this is the best I'm going to do. So we're going to watch Super Saf. I'll try to stay open-minded, give a few thoughts about it, and
Super Saf TV, and welcome to another Super Saf style camera comparison. This time it is between the Google Pixel 5 and the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. These are priced similarly, so I thought it would be a good comparison to do. We're using the front-facing cameras on both devices, but we'll be...
So even now, I mean, it's hard for me to see what is the more realistic shot. The Pixel 5 looks like it's warmer. It looks like it's deeper in color. I mean, this right here looks like there's more detail, but is it more detail or is it being over sharpened? It's a closer shot too, but this Pixel 5 looks really clear. It does look very good. Is he saying this is the front-facing camera?
Testing out all aspects of the cameras, front-facing, rear-facing. Images,
Yeah,
video,
front cam
light.
video.
Do also look out for the audio icon in the corner of the screen. That will tell you which device the audio is coming from. And I'll also try to leave some timestamps down below because this will be an in-depth, long video. Currently using the front-facing cameras. We can film at 4K from the S20 FE, but
The audio sounds good, does it not? It sounds pretty good.
only 1080p from the Pixel. Come on, Google. You should have given us 4K. I'm going to test out stabilization, but I'm going to switch to 1080p on both just to make things fair for front-facing stabilization. Right, so for the stabilization test, we're at 1080p on both devices. I am walking.
So I know people get upset because they're not getting 4K and they'd rather have 10, or they're not getting 4K, they'd rather have that, but this 1080 on the Pixel 5 looks pretty good from what I'm seeing already. This does look soft compared to the detail here on the Pixel 5 for sure.
And I'm gonna now run.
Oh, this is real jittery here.
We're now testing video from the rear-facing cameras.
It's funny. Will was messaging me earlier. He's like, you gotta run like Super Saf. You gotta do that kind of video stabilization. I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
On both devices,
Will
we
says
are at 4K,
he looks dead on the Galaxy.
30 frames a second. And we're gonna test out stabilization at 4K. So I'm just walking right now.
So this stabilization is really good on the
For
Pixel.
vlogging, this is what you'll be doing. And just to test a bit of an extreme, we're just gonna run.
See, but as he's running, it looks like it's losing quality here, though, while this maintains itself.
We can go to the ultra-wide cameras on both. And again, we are at 4K. You can see what the difference is.
This
like
stabilization is great, though.
And we're going to test out stabilization with the ultra-wide cameras. So once again, just a light walk. And now, all right. The final thing we're going to test for video is the zoom. So we do have 3 times optical zoom on the S20 FE. We've got digital zoom on the Pixel. So you're at 3 times on both right now. Now we can go in further on the Samsung, up to 12 times. You can only go up to 5 times on the Pixel. A quick test at 4K 60 frames a second as well, for those of you who are interested in seeing that. We're walking right.
Like I just have a few thoughts about like the telephoto. It's still unfortunate that the telephoto is not on the Pixel 5 to give a little more zoom, but at the same time, I don't really use it as often. But that isn't really an excuse. That's not an excuse. That's no way am I saying that Google gets away from that. The fact that the S20 can give a little more zoom, regardless of like how shitty it looks, it would still be nice to have it for whatever reason that, you know,
now
it could be useful.
Just for a quick extreme stabilization test.
Oh, that's real. Is he like sprinting?
Quick, low light video
oh,
test
here we go.
For those interested.
So already you can tell that this is just a better shot in video. This is a lot softer. It looks like it's really struggling, but it's not bad, especially for a night shot, but the video here on the 5 is better.
Now for text. Move slightly more. I'm just gonna walk a little bit.
Do you guys know, has anyone did a Pixel 5 versus iPhone 11? Anybody? Because that's what I'd like to watch. I'd like to see where the iPhone 11 is versus the Pixel 5. If you guys know of anybody who did a Pixel 5 versus iPhone 11, yeah, Will's saying, Jerome, watch the iPhone 11 versus Pixel 5. Of who? Who did a 5 versus 11? I'm like looking at chat just to see. Oh, Will sent it to me. All right, hold on. Let me look at that. Give me 1 second. That's really what cause like, yeah, okay, like it's great. The oh, are you saying the one from Red Skull? Is that what you sent me, Will? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So there's one from Red Skull.
Everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back. For this camera comparison, we have the latest phone from Google, the Pixel 5 and the highly popular...
This is the one I'm waiting for, because this is the one that I have an iPhone 11. I think it's one of the best cameras for a smartphone. And this is the one I really wanted to see where it's at. I mean, I'm going to do the test myself as well, but I want to watch this since I don't have one. Brian with the $1 super chat. Brian, what's going on, man? I think Brian said something in here too. I'm not sure. Brian, just at work with an easier client can join the stream. Thanks, Brian. How's it going, man? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. And then Craig Glover with the £5 super chat. Bit of support, Jerome. Always enjoy it here. I appreciate you, Craig. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being part of the community. It's always nice to see you guys come in here. I'm glad that we can sit here and talk about it, watch this stuff. This is the one I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the iPhone 11 to see how good the iPhone 11 is versus the Pixel 5. Because really, my question is the Pixel 5 better? Is the Pixel 5 better than the iPhone 11? Has it gotten better over the Pixel 4? All right.
iPhone 11. Not only these two phones are very similarly priced, they also have very similar camera systems on the back. So you have the main lens and the ultra-wide lens. Now, as always, throughout this video, I'm going to show you a bunch of daytime pictures. I've included portrait mode pictures. We have some zoom pictures, some pictures taken with the ultra-wide lenses. I'm going to show you some nighttime pictures. And for those, of course, I use the night modes on both devices. We're going to see
okay.
I personally prefer most pictures that I took with the Pixel 5, mostly because the Pixel 5 seems to retain the original colors better. So colors that I was seeing with my own eyes.
So original colors better, because like this looks like it has a bit of like, I mean, the highlights are better here. It also looks like, I won't say beauty mode, but this looks more realistic. It's hard because I'm not there. So how the hell do I know what's more realistic or not?
Not to mention that if you look close enough at my girlfriend's and daughter's faces, the Pixel 5 also retains the details on their faces.
Yeah.
The pictures taken by the iPhone 11 almost have like a filter over their faces. So it does seem to smoothen their faces a bit more.
What's funny here is if you look at this is in focus. This is a lot softer, but did the AI just capture this? This is a good shot though, too. Why does this dog look so sad?
So personally, yes, I do prefer most pictures taken by the Pixel 5. Now, looking at the edge detection, it almost seems like the iPhone...
You see that the edge detection is a little off here, but you know, this isn't the exact same like setup.
11 does better in most of those pictures, but I guess it depends on the environment where you are, if there is wind, if the subject moves, and so on. But overall, I personally prefer the portrait.
Sorry, I'm just pausing to like see if there's anything that I notice. I mean, you can see imperfections, right? It's not perfect. And I think if you were to like look at both, neither are going to be completely perfect, because you can see here, this is in focus while there's bokeh on the right here. The bokeh here seems consistent.
Portrait mode pictures taken by the Pixel 5. But what do you guys think? Which ones do you like more, the Pixel 5 or the iPhone 11? Definitely leave a comment and let me know. Alright, next we are moving on to some zoom pictures. And keep in mind that neither device has a telephoto lens on the back. So the zoom pictures is just...
So like the first two, well, even the third, it looks like the Pixel 5 looks better there in zoom.
Electronic zoom on both devices. And after looking at those pictures, I have to say that the Pixel 5 does seem to do better in every single picture.
That's
more
how I feel.
detail. The pictures seem a bit sharper. So once again, I would say that the Pixel 5 did.
Yeah, like look at that. Like just looking at the Jeep font, the lettering, this is a lot clearer. Like this is clear over here, even back here, the detail seems better. This is nice to see. I'm glad to see this. This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping that the Pixel 5 would at least be better than the iPhone 11. The one thing I'm waiting for the night shots. That's really what I'm concerned about.
Better for zoom pictures. But what do you guys think? Which one do you prefer, the Pixel 5 or the iPhone 11 for the zoom pictures?
Yeah, the Pixel 5 looks better there.
Ultra-wide lenses. So the first thing you're going to notice is the fact that the iPhone 11 has a wider field of view. So you can...
Okay, so that's right. If you look, right, the Pixel 5 on the left here has 107 degrees, and then the iPhone 11 and even the iPhone 12 are going to have 120. So there's a little more, and you can see it's a bit wider here. You get a little more fence on both, right? Is it Is it that big a deal? I guess that depends. I still would have rather, I mean, the wider the better, right? Because you're asking for a wider camera, but like quality still makes a bigger difference. Like, don't give me a super wide camera shot and then a shitty image quality.
You can catch more in those pictures taken by the iPhone 11. Now, looking at those pictures.
So like even this doesn't look bad at all for a wide shot. Like when I see both of these, I'm like, 13-degree difference. It's not so bad. Like the blues are so different here too. Completely different shade in the sky. It's funny though how this stays the same. The grass, like this grass here on the Pixel 5 looks more natural than what I'm seeing here on the iPhone 11. But I've talked about this. The iPhone 11, the ultra wide camera, no. Like it's usable and you can get some decent shots, more so during the day than at night. And the real question is, how good has the iPhone 12 gotten? But it's nice to see that the Pixel 5 is doing pretty well, even with the ultra-wide lens as well.
Pictures, once again, color-wise, I feel that the Pixel 5 retains the colors that I was seeing with my own eyes better. The pictures taken by the iPhone 11 do seem to be slightly modified from what I was seeing. Now, dynamic range-wise, I feel that the iPhone 11 also does a bit better. So overall, for pictures taken with the ultra-wide lens, I personally feel that the iPhone 11 has the edge and it does a bit better than the Pixel 5. But once again, let me know what you guys think.
I can see that.
And of course, pictures
I don't think
taken
it's
with
by
the
a
main
ton,
lenses.
though.
Well, a lot of these pictures do look fairly similar. I mean, even the colors are kind of similar.
Yeah,
did
I mean,
notice,
these
however,
colors
that,
are
in a
very...
couple of those pictures, the dynamic...
Like, so the only thing that I'm noticing that's really different is, and when people talk about dynamic range or whatever, is like the separation in the sky, like seeing the difference in the clouds. But I don't know if these shots were taken right after another. Like, was the sky actually blue here and it's missing? Bert with a $3 super chat. Bert, thank you so much, man. Do you pre-order the iPhone tonight? Yes. I don't know when the pre-orders start. Does it start at midnight tonight? If so, yes. Because I can't buy the mini or the Max, I've decided to buy the Pro Max. I'm going to get the Pro first, and then I'll just return that and then get the Pro Max. I don't want a Pro Max. But I want to test out the camera. I want to see how good that camera really is. But yes, I am going to be pre-ordering that phone at least. And the color, I'm going to get the gold one for the 11, for the 12 Pro, My bad. Bert, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much for always supporting me, and I appreciate it.
Range was slightly better from the pictures taken by the Pixel 5, but not that big of a difference.
Like this is a warmer shot here. Like the very first thing I can tell, like look at how much more yellow this is, which isn't a bad thing either. I just don't know which one is the more realistic shot.
The pictures taken by the Pixel 5 also have a bit more contrast as well, but overall for the main camera they do seem to do.
So it's funny, almost every shot that I've been seeing with the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 5, it's missing. It seems to be missing some of the color in the sky. Like these clouds are a lot more separated, but like the overall picture is great. This is like the little nitpicking thing that I have to do.
Fairly similar, and personally I would choose either of them. They both seem to do.
Yeah, and they both seem real great. Like both the iPhone, the Pixel 5 seem really good. Again, my question is, when the iPhone 12 comes out, how good is the Pixel 5 going to be able to hold up? How much better is the iPhone 12 going to be over the iPhone 11? Is it going to be by a lot, by a little? Are we just nitpicking at this point? We'll see.
Pretty good. But once again, let me know what you guys think and which one you prefer for pictures taken by the main lens.
Like this is... So like, that's the thing too. It's like, I wish I knew where the focus was being put at.
So I'll let you watch.
They're still really similar.
And I'll be right back.
They seem very similar to each other, honestly. See, look at this again. You see there's blue here in the sky. I could probably do this for every photo that is being compared to here. It's like missing that. I don't know if this is because it's already like a cooler shot, but it's just weird to me how it's kind of missing a bit of color. Or is the iPhone 11 pushing the blues out? The highlights are, you can, this
All right,
is a
then we're
little
gonna
more
move on to some nighttime
yellow.
pictures. And as I mentioned
All right,
earlier,
night shots.
for the nighttime pictures that you're about to see, I use the night modes. Now, if you take pictures with the ultra wide lens on the iPhone 11, well,
right. So this is something that needs to be said as well. So the Pixel 5, the ultra wide lens, right? The ultra wide lens is capable of night sight. The iPhone 11 can't do night mode. Can't do night mode on any of that, but the iPhone 12 is going to get that. So that's going to be the better comparison. But yes, if you're going to be shooting with the ultra wide, I think either day or night, the ultra wide on the Pixel 5 is going to outperform the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro, the iPhone 11 Pro Max's ultra wide shot.
iPhone 11 doesn't have a night mode for the ultra wide lens.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
the
obviously, right? Like, this is the better shot here, the better shot. But I'm waiting to see what the iPhone 12 is going to deliver with night mode.
Few pictures that you are seeing or taking with the ultra wide lenses on the back of these two devices.
See, the thing that kind of concerns me though is it looks like the one concern I had with the Pixel 4 or just the Pixels in general is, even though night sight is great, night sight versus night mode on the iPhone 11, the thing that I've noticed is the Pixel phones will really kind of like they'll boost up the exposure. So you see like right here, this building with the lights here, the lights over here on the very right. I bet you if I took this shot with the iPhone 12, I bet you this wouldn't be as overexposed. It wouldn't be. That's the thing I'm afraid of, is maybe they haven't fixed that yet, but I could be wrong. Not until I get the phone.
For since we have a night mode for the ultra wide lens on the
goodness.
Pixel 5,
What is with this
Pixel
lens
5
flare?
will do better for those pictures. However, if you do look at those pictures that
look at this, look at that. This is the thing that concerns me, is that they have not figured out yet how to not let this overexpose, completely overexposed.
Are better from the Pixel 5 taken with the ultra wide lens. They don't necessarily look that great, but yes, in between these two, the Pixel 5 would do better.
Yeah, so I mean, even Red Skull here is saying it. Well, I mean, with the ultra wide, right? I mean, these are two separate things to really discuss and figure out which one's going to be better.
Ultra wide lens. Moving on to pictures taken by the main lenses on the back of these two devices, and of course the night.
Okay, hold on, because this is now. So this is night sight versus night mode. Let me actually go back to this other one here. We might as well look at night sight versus night mode. And this looks good. Like, this is too much over here, right? As far as the colors though, this isn't bad either. The one thing that I've noticed on the Pixel 4 with night sight is when you do with the Pixel 4, I'm sorry, I'm like trying to figure my words out here. At night with night sight on the Pixel 4, sometimes I've noticed when I take pictures, even though it brightens things up, it brightens it up too much. So much so that it'll like oversaturate the greens, but this looks good here. All of this looks really, really good. I don't like even look at I don't even know if you guys noticed this. Oh, I need to, sorry here. I don't even know if you see this. You see this right here? This is an issue with the iPhone 11. This is a lens flare thing right here. I'm not seeing it here with the Pixel. The shadows are pushed up though. You see more detail in the shadows, but it looks like maybe the Pixel 5, maybe they've figured that the AI was doing too much and now they've lowered it, because this doesn't look like it's being overexposed inside. This looks pretty good. The one thing that I complain about with night sight or night mode or whatever is sometimes when you use it, it looks like it's too much to the fact that you look at it and you're like, am I shooting this at night or am I shooting this at 3 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon? I want it to still look like I'm taking a goddamn shot at night. I don't want it to be like, yes, make the shot brighter, but it doesn't need to be like completely like 2 in the afternoon kind of thing. Like, you don't know what time of the day it is.
Better with the ultra wide lens.
So here too, the one thing that I know that the Pixel is good at doing is changing the color temperature, making it a little bit cooler. So the one thing I've noticed, at least on Pixel phones, is this might not be like what it looks like in real life. They might have made it look a little cooler, look a little bluer, while this might be more realistic. But I don't know for sure. You see this though, like right here, this is a bit brighter. Like it's like this looks more natural. Do you see what I'm saying? This is pushed up a little bit too much. Those are the little things that kind of worry me. It isn't the biggest deal in the world, right? For a lot of people. Most people don't care, but for me, I do. I like those little things. I like to point that out because it's really what separates some of these phones at this point.
Moving on to pictures taken by the main lenses on the back of these two devices, and of course the night mode.
There's this lens flare again, right here. Right here, there's lens flare. This though, see right here, this is getting overexposed. It may be not. I can't wait till I get my Pixel 5, because then I can compare it with my Pixel 4, right? And then I can actually see if they have fixed the issue of overexposing, or if at least they toned it down a bit. Because this looks like it's a little much, but it's not. It doesn't seem awful. It doesn't seem that bad.
Well, some are better from the Pixel 5, some are better from the iPhone 11. I guess
yeah, so even Red Skull here is kind of just like, some are better on one, on the other. Maybe the only reason that scares me is maybe Apple has figured it out for the iPhone 12. I don't want to say scared, because maybe the iPhone, like, I shouldn't be scared. It should be a good thing. If Apple has figured out how to make their camera even better at night, good on them. That's going to light, or it should light a fire under Pixel's or Google's ass to make better cameras. Do something more. That's the only thing I'm wondering about, is how much better is this iPhone 12 going to be?
It depends on how shaky my hand was, how much wind there was when I was taking those pictures. So I can't really say that one does so much better than the other one for nighttime pictures.
Sorry, I'm just pausing to see here. So I feel like they've definitely fixed a lot of this, because the one thing I used to complain about with the Google Pixel 4 is the fact that a lot of this there would be so much background noise that this would look gray. Like you would see the blockiness. And I feel like they might have fixed that. Like this is a little brighter than what is showing up here on the iPhone 11, but it's not awful. It doesn't look bad. I can't wait to do this test for myself to really see how it compares to the 4.
I think they're gonna do equally good for nighttime pictures. But once again, look at these pictures and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But it's clear that if you take any pictures with the ultra-wide lens, the Pixel 5 will do better. And next we're gonna move on to some sample video recordings, and I have to say that I was pleasantly surprised by the videos that I took with the Pixel 5. It seems that they actually improved the video quality compared to last year's Pixel. And I'm mostly talking about 4K at 30 frames per second. That's the biggest difference that I've noticed. Also, for internal microphones, the Pixel 5 does seem to do a bit better than the iPhone 11, mostly when it's windy out.
So I'm reserving some of my judgment, because I don't want to get excited and then do the test myself and then get let down. But what I'm seeing right now looks promising, at least, because my fear initially was that the iPhone 11 was still going to be better than the Pixel 5. This at least looks comparable. This at least looks like the Pixel 5 might have an edge. It looks like it obviously has an edge in the ultra wide lens department, but with the main shooter, they look comparable. Again, the real question is, when the iPhone 12 comes out, is the iPhone 12 going to be that much better than the iPhone 11? I'm just glad to see some kind of improvement here with the Pixel 5. But let's take a look and see what he says about video.
When it's windy out, the iPhone 11 doesn't sound good at all. So even the internal sound from the Pixel 5 is a bit better. Now, the Pixel 5 also has a new feature for image stabilization, and we have this new image stabilization level called active. But whenever you are using that, the video quality decreases quite a lot, and that level of image stabilization doesn't seem to do that amazing.
Okay, so Google has talked about like this image stabilization being better for video. Red Skull is saying here, when you turn it on, that it doesn't really, it degrades the video quality. If I have to use something that's actually going to degrade the video quality, I'm not going to use it. I'd rather not use it. I'd rather have more shaky footage and then just try to like do the stabilization myself, like keep it tight when I'm like moving around, then have a degradation in video quality. That's me though.
But you guys will see what I'm talking about when you see those sample recordings. As for nighttime recordings, I almost feel that the Pixel 5 does better for the main lens and definitely better.
I'm so happy to hear this.
Lens,
I'm happy to hear this.
To the iPhone 11. So definitely an improvement for video quality for the Pixel 5 this year. So I'm going to let you guys watch a bunch of sample recordings that I've done in different situations, and definitely let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer for video recordings, the iPhone 11 or the Pixel 5. Alright, so this is a quick recording done with the front-facing cameras on the Pixel 5 and of course on the iPhone 11.
Oh God.
Now if you're recording...
oh my God. Yeah, look, I mean, all right, let's just listen to that audio.
Done with the front-facing cameras on the Pixel 5 and of course on the iPhone 11. Now, if you're recording with the Pixel 5, the maximum recording resolution for the front-facing camera is 1080p.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, yes, like he's using 4K, but this even at okay, so just an FYI. Yes, I know a lot of people like 4K. They want to use 4K. They want to use 4K. They want to use 4K. I get it. You want to use the best, whatever's possible. If there was 8K, 12K, 18K, 88K, whatever. But to me, I have my DSLR. It's actually right here. Oh, this son of a bitch. I can't even. It's right here. It's sitting on a tripod. Like, that's only capable of 1080. That's what I use on it. And I think it has excellent video quality. I still use it all the time. I'm not too concerned about 4K, but I understand. I understand that people are. When I'm looking at both of these, though, the 1080 on the Pixel 5 looks better than the 4K on the iPhone 11. So why would I use 4K right now? If I know this is better video quality, because this looks softer here. The detail isn't in, the detail's not here. Excuse me. Maybe Google's over sharpened it a tad, but it doesn't look bad. I think it looks better right now than the 4K on the iPhone 11 for the front camera.
Where with the iPhone 11 you can do 4K at 60 frames per second. For this recording I'm only doing 4K at 30 frames per second. So I'm going to walk this way so you can see how the image stability.
Oh, that's different though. So did you hear the audio there? So Red Skull was right. Red Skull was talking about during windy moments, the iPhone probably wasn't doing as well, but when it wasn't windy, like here, we'll do it again. When it wasn't windy, like right here, you'll see the audio's right here. When it wasn't windy, it sounded a lot better. And then you can hear the Pixel 5 trying to like use noise reduction, but it also affects his main voice.
Recording, I'm only doing 4K at 30 frames per second. So I'm going to walk this way so you can see how the image...
You see what I mean? Like that kind of stuff feels a little bit... To me, that's
stabilization on the front-facing camera.
I mean, it's not bad. It isn't bad. I think I would rather have a richer, fuller sound there.
Cameras would look like, but anyway, recording in 4K at 30 frames per second.
Right?
On the iPhone 11,
do you see what I'm saying?
The resolution is much higher, so the video quality will be better.
Oops, sorry.
So we'll spin around this way, and I'm gonna walk this way. So this is how a recording with the front-facing cameras on the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 11 would look like. Keep in mind that it is a bit windy and there are also a bunch of cars passing by. Hopefully no car will run me over. So yeah, this is how a recording with the front-facing camera would...
So just again, an FYI, like the iPhone 11 softer shot, even though it's 4K, Pixel 5 looks better. I mean, just looking at these two pictures, you can't, like, I can see it in the car back here is more detailed than the car here. His face, the background, audio sounds decent. Video stabilization looks really good.
Look like. This is a quick recording between the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 5. For this recording, I'm doing 4K at 30 frames per.
Ooh, the audio sounds good here. What after flipped, not using the front camera, but like, because obviously when you have the front camera, the phone is faced this way, and then when it's when you're using the main camera, it's faced this way. So that audio sounds really good right now on the Pixel 5.
Second, and as you can probably see for yourself, I am walking normally. I'm gonna stop here for a bit. We're gonna pan left slowly, and then we'll pan right and up.
The audio sounds really good on the Pixel 5 with the camera faced this way.
And next I'm gonna run a bit so you can see how the image stabilization does while running. So this is our recording in 4.
So do you see that when he's running, there's a bit of like what do they call it? I don't know what the actual term is, but it's like you see the difference in light. It looks like it's getting like bright and dim and bright and dim, and I don't know what that actual term is, but I'm not seeing that on the Pixel 5. That it looks pretty good. I'm looking at chat and I see Ed saying, Jerome, stop talking yourself into your bad choice. Malcontent says the comparison between good 1080 and crappy 4K is similar to the good LTE versus crappy 5G comparisons. He's trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be hopeful, yes. But I mean, let's be real. Like, it does look good. Does it not look good? Am I crazy? It doesn't look bad, right? It looks better than the Pixel 4, doesn't it? Probably just says Pixel is just better because it's running 5G resolution. Oh, god damn it, guys. Let's finish this.
4K at 30 frames per second between the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 11.
Wait.
Like.
Can we make, hold on. Can we at least agree? Can we at least agree that this Pixel 5 in photos and videos is better than the iPhone 11? At least watching this video. I won't know until I do the test myself. But is it not fair to say that this Pixel 5 so far, in terms of photos, videos, night mode, stabilization, audio even, it looks like it's at least slightly overperforming the iPhone 11? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. Adam says, I agree. Hopefully everyone else agrees. Kind of. I mean, it's my opinion. And you have to agree.
This is another quick video test, but this time with sunshine between the iPhone 11 and of course the Pixel 5. For this recording, I'm using the main lenses on the back of these two devices and recording in 4K at 30 frames per second. So we're gonna stop somewhere around.
It's funny how the iPhone has such a lens flare issue. Look right here, and you'll see the lens flare go in and out. This stabilization is not as smooth either as the Pixel 5 here. Come on, guys. You guys know that's true. You guys know that's true at this
30 frames per second.
But look at the lens flare coming in here.
Around here. I'm gonna pan right slowly and back left, and we'll keep walking that way for a bit. So this is how recording would look like if you have some sunshine and, well, some blue skies. We are moving on to another quick recording between the Pixel 5 and, of course, the iPhone 11.
This looks better here, though.
I'm doing 4K at 60 frames per second. And, of course, at this resolution, both devices have image stabilization. So we're going to walk this way.
So, like, at 4K 60, I mean, you can even see it here, paused right here. This iPhone 11 looks better in 4K 60 than what I'm seeing on this Pixel 5. This doesn't look good at all. That doesn't look good at all.
I'm going to stop somewhere around here and we'll pan right and up.
Or is it just during movement?
So towards those houses there.
Oh, it might be just be during movement.
Then we'll pan left.
But it looks like 4K 60 can't keep up on the Pixel 5.
And then I'm gonna walk straight, and I'll also run a bit so you can see how the image stabilization
this can't keep up in quality.
4K at 60 frames per second, and of course running. So we're gonna do a bit of running here.
Look at this. This looks like, oh my God. Oh my Jesus. Okay, real quick. Do you think this is happening with 4K 60 because of the chipset? Do you think if there was an 865 in here that it wouldn't do that? Does the chipset have something to do with the video quality with 4K 60? Everything was going okay, and then I saw this and I'm like, why is the Pixel 5 messing up here with 4K 60? That shouldn't be a thing. I'm just gonna go back a little bit because this looks like garbage. It can't even do the stabilization properly.
So yeah, this is how 4K at 60 frames per second recording between the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 5 would look like. Next, we're moving on to a
like garbage on the Pixel 5.
Between the Pixel 5 and of course the iPhone 11. Now for this recording, I'm using the image stabilization called Active on the Pixel.
Yeah, so he's using that stabilization for heavy movement, and you can already see the degradation on this Pixel 5 at 1080p 30. Look at how soft the trees are here on the right compared to the iPhone 11. Like this looks like I'm shooting it with a potato at this point. This is a whatever phone. I was going to name another company, but I don't want to go there right now. Yeah. So if you're thinking about using that other stabilization, that Pixel, what is it called? Active? I would rather just use the normal stabilization and just like figure a way out to keep it a lot more stabilized during video.
Pixel 5. On the iPhone 11, we only have one level of image stabilization, so that's the one that I'll be using. So I'm gonna be running a bit downhill here.
Oh my God, that looks awful.
This would do if you're running.
Oh Jesus Christ! No, turn it off.
Stop here somewhere.
Turn it off. That is awful.
And we'll try running up. So yeah, this is how the active image stabilization on the Pixel.
Like, yes, is the stabilization better? Sure. Do you want to sacrifice it for video quality? I mean, I guess maybe if you need to, but like, that doesn't look good at all. That doesn't look good at all. Super Saps didn't look that bad, but was it with active on? I was saying the reason he's showing this right now is because he turned on that like additional stabilization. Like he added that, whatever it is. This is not the normal stabilization for the Pixel 5. He turned whatever feature was on there. Just an FYI for anybody who's watching this now. It's normally not this bad.
All right, this is a quick sample recording in low light between the Pixel 5 and of course the iPhone 11. For this recording, I'm doing 4K at 30 frames per second, and you can probably see for yourself, I am walking fairly slow.
So again, you can see there's a brighter shot here. This is like on the verge of overexposing, but it's not bad. It isn't bad.
So we're gonna start.
Obviously, a brighter shot is what Google's trying to do.
Slowly and a bit up, I guess.
See, you can see it right here, though. You can see that overexposure as he pans left.
Slowly and a bit up.
Right here. Like you can't, these windows, you can see the curtains here. You can't see it here. This is, again, what I'm talking about.
Yes. And then back down and right. And we're gonna cross the street.
So obviously a brighter shot, but you are sacrificing a little bit.
In low light between the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 11 would look like under these conditions.
See.
And we are moving on to our second recording in low light between the Pixel 5 and.
Why is this so much brighter? So. Okay, I'm just gonna have to address this again. This depends on the person. So when I see something like this looks way bright. This looks like it's more of a night shot. It looks more natural. But I guess if the whole point is you want to get everything shown, sometimes for me it just seems like it's too much. But this is ultra wide with night mode, right? Or night sight. So maybe this is something that, like, yeah, the iPhone 11 isn't capable of it yet.
Of course, the iPhone 11, but for this recording, I'm using the ultra-wide lens. For the previous recording that you've just seen, I was using the main lens.
This is real
on
shaky,
the back
though.
of these two devices. So we're gonna stop somewhere around here. We'll do a bit of panning once again.
Like, I prefer this right here.
And we'll go this way for a bit. So yeah, this is how recording in 4K 30 frames per second would look like from the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 11 if you are using the ultra-wide lens on the back of these two devices. And lastly, we're going to check out some selfies. And I have to say that for selfies, I feel that once again, the Pixel 5 does slightly better than the iPhone 11. And I'm mostly referring to the daytime selfies at this point. And why am I saying that? Because if you look at my face, the Pixel 5 does seem...
It's just the detail. Like, you can see the detail here compared to here. This is a cooler shot. This is a warmer shot, right? The background looks really good, though. A lot of this looks good. The skin tone's different, but the detail, it's in the detail.
To retain the details of my face a bit better. The pictures taken by the iPhone 11 almost have like a beautifying filter, making me look a bit...
That's what I was saying. It looks like there's a slight beauty filter on the iPhone 11, which is weird. I guess it's not something I thought about before, but maybe the Pixel just is giving you the more natural shot overall.
Younger. Now for portrait mode pictures, the iPhone 11 does better with a front-facing camera. As for nighttime selfies, once again the Pixel 5 does a bit better, mostly because it has a night mode.
Right,
for
and the 11's not going to have that, but the 12 will.
Mode. So there you have it, the iPhone 11 and the Pixel 5, and I feel that this year this is as close as they're gonna get. I mean, even the video quality from the Pixel 5 has improved a lot compared to last year. I couldn't have said that.
Yeah, so I appreciate this video because I think he's very similar to how I feel about a lot of this stuff. I'm glad to at least see this. Hopefully, when I do my testing, I'm going to get similar results. When I do, I'll probably do the video the same way. I'll probably do it live where we sit and talk about it and go with that. Where am I at here? So I don't know. I'm happy to see that. I was just afraid that it wasn't going to be, I was afraid that the Pixel 5 wasn't going to be at least at a similar level of the iPhone 11. So to see that is good. The real question is the iPhone 12. How much better is the iPhone 12 going to be? All right, let me see here. I'm just going to go through chat real quick. Javon says, Lou said it's impossible to get rid of the beauty filter even on low. What are we talking about? On the iPhone? J Mill says there's been a few vids. There's been a few vids on the Pixel 5 camera overheating on the video. J Mill, what's up, man? Not making me feel confident on getting it at all. So I think Will mentioned this yesterday. Will said that there was overheating on the Pixel 5 with 4K 60 video recording, which that's why it made me question watching that 4K 60 video earlier. Like, that looked like garbage. That looks so bad. Is it overheating because it can't keep up? iPhone beauty filter. Huh. Maybe they do that because they know that people don't really. That's unfortunate though, that it's like that. Fabio says, I'm not sure what he done there, but looks like he sent his video from Pixel 5 to the iPhone through WhatsApp. You talk about Red Skull's video. Mike says, Mike Carr, what's going on, man? Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. There's a video where it literally overheats and refuses to record while doing a head-to-head with the Samsung Fan Edition. Is that the video with Super Staff? Is that the one? Made me think twice about ordering. That's scary, though. JVidia says 8T with the 865 seems more and more a better option. Not to mention the fact that 8T 120 hertz display, 65 watt charging, 256 gigs of internal storage, 12 gigs of RAM, 750. Like, it has great specs, and I'm sure it's going to perform well. I'm just iffy about the camera. That's my only real gripe about it. My only real gripe. YouTube user says I'm watching on 144p. I can't tell the difference. I'll take your word for it. All right, let me scroll back up here. Look at Mike's comment. Yeah, address the overheating with 4K recording. Is that, I guess that's a question here. Is that the only time it's overheating with 4K recording? I'm not sitting here trying to give Google a pass. Overheating is overheating. An issue is an issue. This is probably why they wouldn't put 4K 60. What's funny to me is the fact that they won't put 4K 60 on the Pixel 4, but they put 4K 60 on the Pixel 5, on the 4a 5G with a 765G chipset. What are they thinking then? If they knew it wasn't going to work for this because of chipset performance, how was it going to work for a 4A or a 5 or a 4a 5G or a 5? Mike Carr says Shane Simmons video. Sorry, my Google's going off. Look it up. Fan edition for Pixel 5. Let me do that real quick because we're like way past. We're at OT at this point. Shane Reynolds, Pixel 5, fan edition or FE or whatever. I don't. So I put his name in, but nothing's coming up. Zico Day says iPhone sells a lot in China. Every Chinese phone has a beauty filter. It's not even China. I mean, it's Korea too. Korea, they apply that beauty filter a lot as well. Chris, what's going on, man? AT's camera is pants though. Terrence, what's going on? This is disconcerting if the Pixel 5 is having these issues. For sure. Will says they removed all the image processing and specialized chips. It's just a Moto photo processing at this point. Oh, and splash resistance. So they could trick you into buying it. Yeah, that's actually what Will told me, Dawa Lama, is that's where he saw the overheating happening on there. I almost said Sony. No, I didn't. You know what? I might take some time to like go over the phone, like watching video and other stuff, but I might do that a little later. Adam says the Pixel 5. So Adam has the phone. So like we were here earlier, like talking to Adam, asking him about stuff. Adam said, because Adam has the Pixel 5 right now, he gave the top speaker, the under display top speaker, a 5.5 out of 10. He's also saying the Pixel 5 buttons are tactile and clicky, not experiencing the mush that someone commented on before. That's good, at least. Dave Lee is who said that. So I'm waiting to see how it fares. I'm wondering how that's going to be. Chris is saying, how will the quality on Snapchat be for the Pixel 5? I have no idea. I don't use Snapchat that much as it is. So anyway, guys, that kind of might be wrapping things up today. We did a lot today, and I'm kind of like running out of steam here. So real quick, before I kind of like finish things up, if you haven't had a chance, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. It is a way to support. I do appreciate it. I do stream weekdays at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. We'll do another show. We'll talk about more Pixel stuff, whatever else is going on. If you guys ever have anything you want to share with me, share it with me on Twitter. Like tag me in it so I can at least look at it. I might not be able to get to everything, but it's like a way to get a hold of me when I'm so busy lately. But you can find me at Phone Jerome on Twitter, on Instagram. Twitter is the best way though, if you want to like link me something. And if anything, I can show it for tomorrow's show. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining in chat. Sorry I couldn't get through all the chat today. Hopefully you guys understand. It was a busy day today. So we'll do it all over again tomorrow. Please come back. We'll do it again. We'll talk more tech. Have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.